Hi, it's Kate from Grow Your Own Joy. I have not put up a video in a little while. I kind of took a little bit of a break from editing. I have been filming, so there will be a lot of videos coming out as soon as I can get them edited. But I just want to let you know that this video is, I kind of started the Three Rivers Pantry challenge, or the Three Rivers challenge, a little bit early. I started it back in December because I really need to start using up stuff. We have some construction going on. I need to make room in our house, and I don't like to deplete our little stockpile, but I do really need to make some space. So I did start early. My rules are just to try to use up things that we have, things that we have on hand, and to just make the best of the items that we do have on hand. I do have some things that the Best By date has kind of gotten away from me as we've been busy. But also I don't want to completely deplete things. So if I do see deals that I can store in my deep freezer, or I do have room for, I will be picking those up. I will be trying to not buy as much so that we can save a little bit of money and put that towards things that we want to have in our new addition, have in our new kitchen, and everything like that. So this video is a lot of cooking that I did from December 16th through December 28th, and hopefully you get some inspiration. If it is anything that I'm using up, I do let you know that you enjoy, and there will be a lot more videos coming out really soon. Thank you for being patient with me as I took a little break. It's Sunday, December 18th. I have this roast that I got on reduced. It was about $13, originally $18 or something. And I'm doing like an Italian crock-pot beef. I did not have an Italian seasoning packet, but I had a ranch one that needed to be used up. I had gotten that free a while back from like a Hannaford haul or something. And then I had this jar of pepperoncinis that needed to be used up. Used some broth from the freezer and garlic from the garden, some herbs from the garden. So we'll be having that with some sides for dinner. I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to be filming, but I will try to show you when I'm cooking something that uses up something that's in my pantry that needs to go. I wasn't able to film my grocery haul yesterday. We are very busy with holiday parties and just trying to keep up with things. So this is probably going to be pretty choppy, but I'll try to tell you the date when I'm filming things and whatever. So I made some Muddy Buddies. These have to go in the fridge to cool. But this is Rice Chex peanut butter. I have this peanut butter that I've just bought at the store, but I did use up the bottoms of a peanut butter that we had hanging around as well. I had to buy chocolate chips, but the reason that I did this is I have a ton of powdered sugar, and it has been hanging around my house for a long time. We don't regularly use it, so this is a great recipe to use up. I used up about 2 cups of powdered sugar, so that is wonderful. We were actually supposed to be going to a family party today, but it ended up getting canceled. So we just ended up making it for us, and we'll snack on it this week. And maybe I'll share some with my parents or something. So I haven't made these in a really long time. But I just tasted them, and they're very good. It is Monday night, Monday the 19th of December. And I am going to make some kind of pasta dish. I've been doing a lot more pasta lately. It's just easy around the holidays when it's busy. And also I can hide things in it and use them up. So in this pasta, I have this jovial gluten-free capellini that I got from Thrive Market. And then I have 2 sad carrots that I need to use up. And these are still the reduced zucchini that I got a bag of like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. Maybe it was just a week ago. So those I'm going to saute, and then to that I will add this cooked chicken sausage. It's hot Italian sausage, and then I had added some peppers and onions to it. So I will add that to my skillet. This sausage I got reduced, I think it was like $1.99 a package, and I took it out of the casing and cooked up a ton of it. So this is pre-cooked, really easy. And then I have this Bove's vodka sauce that I will mix in with the veggies and the sausage. So I have the carrots and the zucchini in some olive oil. I have white carrots and orange carrots that I got from Trader Joe's. I have no idea how long ago. And then I have that reduced zucchini. They're sauteing in some olive oil. I'm going to probably add some salt and pepper just to, the salt will actually help them soften and draw out some of the liquid. And then once this is soft, I'm going to add in that sausage and brown it up a little. While waiting for those veggies to soften, I also have my water on, and I'm waiting for it to boil. So sorry about the steam. This is nice and browned up. I'm going to add in my vodka sauce. I did not end up adding the wine. This should be fine. I'll get this jar all scraped out, let the sauce heat through, and then I'll be adding in my pasta. There it is all done, and I can't wait to enjoy it. And I got some things out of my freezer and pantry and fridge, which is awesome. Alright, it's Wednesday, December 21st. I am making jambalaya. I have 1 small onion and 1 green pepper that needed to be used up in a little bit of olive oil, and I have it softening. The jambalaya mix I use, and it calls for 2.5 cups of water. Some of that will be turkey stock that I had in my freezer just to use it up, and then I'll make up the rest of the 2.5 cups with some water. And this is really easy. You kind of saute everything up and then add in the rice and the liquid, and it just cooks on low for 25 minutes, and then it's ready. Trying to get this done before I have to go to yoga. It is 4:48 and I need to leave the house at 5:45, so we'll see if I can get this done. 1 smoked sausage that I bought on my last grocery haul, and then these chicken shortcuts that were 99 cents. I think I showed you those in a haul. They're gluten-free, they're safe for my allergies, and they were 99 cents. So I typically buy like organic chicken, but in an effort to save money and time, we're just going to use these. I had them in the freezer, so I'm just going to run them underwater so I can get them out of the package, and then I'll chop them up a little bit more and add them in. I have the chicken and the smoked sausage added in. Next will be the rice in 2.5 cups of liquid. Bring it to a boil, and then reduce to simmer for 25 minutes covered. It's December 23rd. I just got home. It's 6 o'clock at night, and I need a quick dinner. These things do not necessarily go together, but they are going to go together because this is what I have. I haven't been to the store since last weekend, and that's typical, but I did a very light grocery haul. So in an effort to use things up, I have these riced veggies, I have a can of beans, and I have burgers that we will put cheese on and top with, I don't know, pickles, condiments, jalapeno slices, whatever. These are burgers that I pre-made out of some ground beef I had gotten on clearance back in July as an effort to get myself ready for the busier times, and I will just cook those up in a pan, put some cheese on top, put some toppings on it, have a side of beans, and I'm thinking this cauliflower rice, but I'm going to look in my freezer and see if I have something that I feel like eating more than this, but I'm guessing this is probably it. Going with the cauli rice because I have squash that will take too long to cook for how hungry I am. I have potatoes that will also take too long. And what else do I have? I have carrots. I have Asian stir-fry vegetables. That's about it. So This will be what we're using. I'm sure I have more in the very back of the freezer, but I just don't feel like digging anymore. So, riced cauliflower with asparagus and mushrooms, baked beans, burgers with toppings. That's dinner tonight. Losing my voice a little bit. It's been a long week. So I will show you, I don't know, I'll just show you an update eventually. This little teeny tiny piece of cheese and this brick of cheese, I'll cut some slices to put on top of the burgers. They look a little greasy, but they're really not. So there's the burgers with the cheddar on top. There's the cauliflower rice and the beans. Not much to look at, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. I also took out this apple kraut to go on top, or some jalapenos. I have these dilly beans, so and then I have some condiments. I just took out hot sauce, mayonnaise, A1 sauce. Not really a ketchup on my burger type of person, so I'll probably do something like that. My husband will do something completely different. Yes, there's compost in the back. There always is. So yesterday was Christmas. I made a spinach and artichoke dip to bring to someone's house. It was delicious. We had it with tortilla chips. And this morning, my belly's not feeling too great from eating all the party food. I did stick to what I needed to eat for my allergies, but whenever I eat somewhere that's not home, I always end up feeling kind of icky. So here we go. I am making this, I've shown this before, the cinnamon apple baked oatmeal. I still have a bunch of apples that are a little too mealy for fresh eating, but great for baking, so I used 2 of those apples up. This time I found some raisins that were getting a little dried out in my pantry, and I added those in, so those got used up, and I had a little bit of milk left. So I'll get this in. Oh, and I'm also using up the rest of these pecan halves that have been kicking around for a while. So I will show you this when it is all done. So this isn't really enough pecan halves for my liking, so I had some of these walnut baking pieces in my freezer, and I'm going to use some of these up, and it will have kind of a nut mixture on top, and it should be delicious. I'm just showing you this for proof. We've been working hard on this, and the sink is almost empty. So hopefully today I can get all of this away and clean the backsplash and give the sink a good scrubbing. It's the day after Christmas. Monday the 26th. I am making some cranberry sauce. It looks pretty dark. Hold on. Alright, so I don't have the microphone on, but I did get a new microphone and a little light for the top of my phone, because I film on my phone. So this is going to be a lot better. So I had some cranberries and an orange left over from some recipes I made actually from Thanksgiving. So I made some homemade cranberry sauce just to use that up. And then I have some zoodles. I got a package of pre-made, like zoodled squash from the grocery store. It was $1.99 on clearance. And then there's this paleo recipe we used to use. You brown up some almond flour and some garlic and some olive oil, and you toss it. It gives it a really nutty, garlicky flavor. So we'll be having that as a side. And then I have some chicken thighs that I tossed with some seasoning in the oven, and I'll show you when that's done. Alright, so here are the chicken thighs. I just cooked them in the oven on this cookie sheet that I covered with foil. And the seasoning is salt, pepper, an herb blend, smoked paprika, and garlic. And I'm sure they'll be delicious. It's Wednesday, December 28th, and I am making up some sort of like home fries, I guess. I'm trying to show you. I have these potatoes that have eyes, and they're really sad looking, so I cut up 4 of those. And then I had a little bit of green pepper, so I'm not going to use all of this, but I did use some. And then I have a very small onion and some olive oil. And I'll probably put some salt, pepper, cumin, garlic powder, maybe onion powder in there. and I'll show you when it's all done. Here's my breakfast bowl. I have my eggs and my potatoes, a little bit of this apple kraut for gut health, some jalapenos, some salsa, and because I put it on everything, I think I'll use this hot sauce this time. I have this grass-fed beef that I got for $6.29. That was a really good deal. Normally this is like 20-something dollars, I feel like. Gonna cut this. It's actually not very tender cooked like this, so I'm going to make fajitas with it. So I'm just going to cut it up into strips and saute it up with this fajita seasoning that I am still trying to get rid of. We might do it tonight. I have a whole bag of reduced limes in the fridge, so I'm going to use some lime. I cooked up some rice. That was the end of that bag, so I used that up. And then I have some peppers that I got reduced and a red onion, sauteing in some olive oil for the fajita vegetables. I have sour cream, cheese, pickled jalapenos, salsa, whatever we need so we can make some nice fajita bowls. These veggies to soften, maybe brown up a little. I have salt, pepper, and a little lime juice in there. Peppers and red onion. I'll add a little bit of fajita seasoning. And when these are cooked, I'll transfer them to a storage container. We'll be eating this for dinner tonight, even though it's 7:58 at night. It was a yoga night. It is Wednesday the 28th. And I've been staying up a little bit late this week because I'm on vacation from work this week. So yeah, this should be nice for today and some lunches tomorrow. So I got my beef all chopped up. Alright, the beef is cooking. I'm still not done with this fajita seasoning. So maybe one more time of fajitas and it will be gone. The veggies are done. I have some rice and some shredded cheese in a bowl. I'm going to make sort of like a taco fajita bowl. I'll show you when I'm done. Here is my finished fajita bowl. A little cheese, a little fajita veggies, the steak, the rice, some sour cream, and I'll probably add something spicy to this. Salsa, hot sauce, jalapenos. We'll see. I hope you liked what you saw. Got some ideas about things that you can cook or some inspiration. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.